Here we go, everybody. Welcome to our first look. AAO versus, or Shiny versus AAO, I believe. Shiny is the seeded team, technically. This is the second round for today. Winner's Bracket 2.2 for Bracket Group 1. I'm sure that's not confusing to anybody else. Let's take a look at what AAO is bringing. We've got Paimentaha in a Z52 this time instead of the Vamp Deuce. And we've got Esgera in the Harugumo, followed by Arnat in the Daring. Backing them up is Nicinator's Minotaur. Vasca is also in a Minotaur. Additional 2 in a Salem. Yamate Onisama is in a Moskva. Black Blueberry reprises his role in the Yamato. We saw him last game in. And Cutis Aruhi, same thing in the Kremlin. Opposing them to the south is Shiny on Warrior's Path. And they are bringing with them a Daring, a Harugumo. Let's see. So Bring Me Cookies and Keep Subs Out, respectively. Glotzbebel in the Alvaro de Bazan. And that's it for their Destroyer lineup. For their cruisers, they've got Max Bricks in a Minotaur, Balance Department in a Wushta, and Avenger Squirrel in another Minotaur. Also Herafin in a Moskva, making its way over to the Sea Cap. Battleship-wise, it's our first Mecklenburg of the day. That's Panzo in the Steel Camo, because you've got a press account, so why not equip your ships? Oh no, this looks like it's the ranked Steel Camo. Silver Camo, ranked Silver Camo. Anyway. And then we've got the Beckenecker in a Kremlin. This is the ranked Gold Camo. I see what they're doing there. Let's back off and take a look at the setup here. Now, if you see an enemy with a Z42, or sorry, Z52 rather, you probably know where they're headed. Just a thought. And as you can see, it looks to me like Shiny is playing away from the B cap. They don't want any part of running into the Z52. Z52, of course, has its really nice hydroacoustic search that's got good range. Does allow for some very, I guess you could say, comfortable play. I think that's a good way of describing it, because you can absolutely be comfortable with it. Now, Paimentaha is going to back into the B cap. Note where he's backing into. Just like the last game we saw on North, he's putting himself in a position where he can run away if he needs to. And Bring Me Cookies is about to be brought a torpedo instead. He eats a fish instead of cookies. Unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate. I'm sure that triggers a DCP. He's going to go ahead and smoke because the Wushta is radaring Paimentaha, so they're going to try to get some shots into Paimentaha, but look, he just has to lazily hit the W key. He'll lose some hit points for his trouble, but look, he's already out of range, he's already behind cover, and he's already lost half his hit points, but he's safe, it's okay. It'll buff out, don't worry, he'll be fine. Now, I love Cookies' torpedoes. He figures Paimentaha is probably going to be aggressive. He's probably going to back up. Now, Z52, of course, has Hydro, so you would expect him to have his Hydro running if he's going to do that. Balance Department detected, by the way. I think that's Onisama's Moskva radar that's keeping him lit. Oh, Yamato Black Blueberry has his presence known, taking away half of Balance Department's Wushta health. Now, some of that will rub up, but most of it will not. Or buff out, sorry. Going back over to the other side, Shiny's in trouble. Keep Subs Out is now detected by... I'm guessing it's Esgera's Harugumo. They are trading blows back and forth. Vasca now taking a big hit as well in the Minotaur. They're working hard to get this Harugumo down. And Vasca in trouble as well. Lots of shells coming in from Balance Department's Wushta. He does manage to get into island cover. He'll be fine. And keeps subs out. Loses a lot of hit points for his trouble. I really like the play there. You'll note that Vasco goes a place that Shiny was not expecting. Normally, we talked about this the last game, with the European-style trench warfare Death Snail, you put your cruiser, destroyer together. You know there's a cruiser in the smoke. But Vasco was in a position that that Shiny was not anticipating. It's a very brilliant play there. As Cookies and Paimentaha are about to... Nope, Paimentaha is looking the other way. He figures, let's get some single-fire conga line torpedoes towards Vasca in case Vasca is forced to back off. How are they going to force Vasca to back off? Well, they're going to have to kind of be aggressive on this side and try to push. Unfortunately, the Mecklenburg for Shiny is looking the wrong way and sailing the wrong direction. Look at the Kremlin. Look at Beckenecker. He's actually in the typical traditional Moskva position, and he's backed into this spot. Odd, to say the least. AAO does get the A-cap. So they have some points ticking. Next radar triggered. Now is Vasca going to back up to try to get shots? No. He detects the conga line torpedoes just in time, and as a result is unable... Paimentaha takes deep water... Or sorry, conga line torpedoes from the Daring. Ouch. Breaks his hull in half. That's a huge kill for Shiny. Just like that, that early torpedo doesn't matter. Because, of course, it was a Z-52 torpedo. Imagine dying to a torpedo in a ship that's got hydro. Of course, we can't tell the status of his cooldowns. Black Blueberry looking for some justice for his teammate. Minotaur detected. I'm sure he's looking. He is looking right at Max Bricks right now. Gun's going to maximum elevation. Nope, they're coming back down again. There's the shot. Let's follow these shells in. What are they going to do to him? Not much. Not much. Daring is now just walking into B because he knows there's nothing to worry about. The Kremlin that was playing goalie and backed into that spot is now walking its way up the 7 line. He's going to probably just go into the channel and point his bow towards the Minotaur and that sort of thing. We haven't looked at what's going on this flank. Kudos Aruhi trying to take out the Minotaur. Glotzbebel doing okay for this stage of the game. But Nicey Nader's in trouble. Here come all the shells from the side. He's down to 758 hit points now. That's Moskva and that's Kremlin. Look at the Kremlin position. Nicer Nader's going down in a moment. There he goes. Alvaro de Bazan uses the quick reload, takes down, executes the Minotaur. 2 huge kills early for Shiny, and they are well within the driver's seat of this game. It's up to AAO to find a way back in. I just don't know if I can see it just yet. Plenty of game left, so things could happen. Gotta stay frosty. Let's go in and take a look. Cutest Aruhi now just gonna go for it, hitting the W key. Big hit there on Herafin's Moskva. If you look at those shells, I was talking yesterday about that 50 millimeter icebreaker bow, and you can see where those shells went, right through that 50 millimeter plate. So it was thick enough to force a penetration. It basically armed the AP shells, and they explode within the hull. That's why he took that much damage there. Shells out for Alvaro de Bazan. Not doing much, unfortunately, for Team AAO. Avenger Squirrel being smoked up. Firing a little early there, and then stopping. Now, the early fire could give Haruhi a chance to turn and fire AP at him. He's going to lose some hit points there from a torpedo up the rear, but he's got to deal with this Kremlin that's pushed around the corner. Salem is using AP, trying to get a lucky hit on the Minotaur. Let's get the sun out of everyone's eyes, and let's watch what happens. Ooh, Harugumo goes down finally over on the A line. Vasca doing good work. Ah, we got a drive-by. Who's going to win the drive-by? And it's nobody. Because everybody's turrets were not set. I think Haruhi aimed a little bit too high, or fired a little bit too early. Didn't get the citadels he wanted. So both Kremlins pass by each other in the night. Additional 2 Salem goes down. We figured Seraphim was going to just walk right forward and take the Salem out. That was an easy kill for him. So despite a very interesting early position, it doesn't look like it's going to work out too well for Team AAO. Black Blueberry is going to go in for this attack on the Mecklenburg. If he beaches here, he's actually in trouble because of the torpedo. He's going to beach. He's going to eat 1, maybe 2 torpedoes because of that. He's afraid of the Mecklenburg, and because of that, he's going to take 2 torpedoes for his trouble. Ouch and ouch. Vasca does take out the Minotaur over on the other flank to basically win the flank for AAO. But it's all over but the crying here, even though, actually, no, it's kind of not. Look at the score. Both teams farming out their respective enemy battleships. This is still a possibility for AAO. Mecklenburg beaching so that he doesn't survive. He does manage to take out the Harugumo, though. That's not a good trade for AAO. They desperately needed that ship to survive. So Black Blueberry has 1 shot left, basically, he can take. And he's going to take it at the Daring, it seems. There's the shot. More shots coming in on the Daring. And really good, solid hit. Just not enough. Black Blueberry is going to go down right there. All right. Minotaur on Wushta action. Vasca, unfortunately, is lower HP. He's going to have to duck into cover for right now. Wow, look at that. He's actually able to arc over this isle. Look at these shell arcs. It's impressive. Ah, he's shooting at the Daring so he can arc over for free. And they're just falling short. Look at that. Max range fire. Oh, more shells coming in from the Moskva. They know that Daring is so low, they absolutely cannot afford to let him live. Cutis Haruhi, though, is going to get farmed out here. Don't see a way for him to get back in. If that drive-by would have worked out in AAO's favor, this might have been a different situation as well. Let's back off and bring you the entirety of the map. Balanced department now coming under continued fire.
The enemy is about to win.
But this is not looking good for Vasca. If Vasca's got his super heal available, then maybe it's okay. He can wither the fire. He DCPs immediately, but AP coming in. And I hope he's got his radar or hydro on. Varda's Bazan does go down over on the other side of the map, and we have a Moskva slab fight here. Another possible joust coming in. Neither team wants to lose their ship. Shiny going to use the final torpedo. Onisama going broadside is a bad idea. He's going to take a whole bunch of citadels for it, and he's going to go down right there. He would have been better off just taking the ram. And the Kremlin for Shiny asserts dominance and takes down Cutest Aruhi, and just like that, that's it. There was a dream. That was AAO. Plenty of match to bring you still. We have at least one more game. This was a very entertaining battle. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively mark Shiny winning game 1, just so I don't have to do that later, and set Shatter as our next game, because yeah. Battle ends in less than 5 minutes. Hopefully we can get ourselves a death pick. If not, there will be another chance. Looks like we're about to get one. Our knot is going to go down right here to the Moskva. No! Look at that dodge. Balance department's going to come around, though, and balance him. I mean, that's... Nah, he's going to die to the Moskva. Whack. There it is. All right, chat. Place your bets now. Who's going to be the last person to die in this game? Yeah. We already knew. All right, let's get all set up for the death pick. It's a double death pick. There we go. Congratulations to Team Shiny. Let's go back to our best of 3. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of Shiny versus AAO. Currently, Shiny up a game over AAO. This is a best of 3. So, AAO needs to win the game, of course, to force a Game 3. AAO is bringing with them Paimentaha in the Daring. Vaska is now in a Grozovoy. Yamete Onisama is in a Grozovoy as well. Esgara is in the Harugumo again. For cruisers, we have Wargaming Please Buff Kleber in a Salem. Black Blueberry has been demoted from his Yamato to a Salem. Nicinator is now in a Minotaur. Fat Vivian has gotten fatter, is now in a Conqueror, one of the fattest ships in the game. And Cutest Aruhi is in a Schlieffen. Let's take a look at the south. Posing him to the south is Shiny, looking for their second win to be done for the day, actually, if they win. Is Bring Me Cookies, once again in the Daring. He got fish last time, but he still managed to survive. Gloch Bevel in the Avaro de Bazan, and Janier 20. I've seen him before, heading towards the sea cap in the Shimakaze. They are... and there's also Harugumo. They were so close and forming Voltron already that I didn't even notice it. Keep subs out in the Harugumo. Obviously, Max Bricks is going to be dependent on that Harugumo smoke, and they are very close together for that early. They don't want to risk an oopsie, to the point where, if you look at it, Keep Subs Out is actually probably feathering his throttle a bit so that he can stay that proper distance in front. That's really cool to see. That's seamanship. My God, that's seamanship. Anyway, Balance Department and the Moskva heading up behind Bring Me Cookies Daring. That's where you'd expect to see a Moskva on this map. And then you've got Avenger Squirrel and a Minotaur behind the Avaro de Bazan. For battleships, Penzo is in a Schlieffen and Beckenecker is in a Kurfürst. So Shiny went full German here. Both of these, of course, have their hydroacoustic search that can see through islands like magic. Catching up with chat from 5 minutes ago. Awesome. Let's take a look at the midsection here. Not much to discuss really at the start here, other than, look, both Darings are going to where you'd expect them to go. B. The Darings do spot each other, so we have the Daring slap fight that ensues. The difference is Cookies is able to smoke up and keep shooting at Paimentaha, who now is on Schlieffen's Hydro. Cookies is using his own Hydro as well. He does not want to take torpedoes like last game. All the circles being drawn now. At least kind of-ish. Paimentaha kind of beached. I think he's turning really hard to try to get these torpedoes off, but he's losing a lot of hit points for doing that. He does have a heal, but still. Speaking of losing hit points, Vaska is now in trouble in the Grozovoy. That also has a heal, as he draws early pain. And Shiny doesn't lose too many hit points regardless of that, so. Wargaming, please. No. Underwater feature ate the torpedo. Meanwhile, Kitasaruhi is kind of sandwiched between two German battleships. Is he going to go for it? Paimentaha backs up to try to... I don't know what. I mean, he's on constant Hydro. Very confused by this decision. I'm also kind of confused by the lack of going into A, but based on Onisama's hit point pool, I'm guessing he got detected by the Minotaur radar and was forced to run back for a little bit. Still, I think most of the action is over on the BC side, as Paimentaha now moving forward-ish. No, he's on a sticky fire and just sitting here. Kitasaruhi moving forward. Okay. And Cookies, of course, turning sideways because you know what he's going to do. He's going to drop some torpedoes. Speaking of torpedoes, Onisama takes a torpedo in the Grozovoy and is down to under 4,000 hit points. Under 4,000 hit points. Look at all those conga line torpedoes coming into Kitasaruhi's position. He does hit the brakes. So perhaps he was thinking, I'm going to bait out the Daring torpedoes. He sees them now, I'm sure, with this Hydro. Let's take a look at the other side. Keep subs out. Did take another, looks like he might have taken a torpedo in the Haragumo. All those deep water torpedo or conga line torpedoes did miss. But Paimentaha is in deep trouble now. He's going to have to find a way back behind this island here. He's got this little nook that he can chill in. But now, Cookies can just switch to Kitasaruhi's Schlieffen. I mean, if you're up against two German battleships, you have to know that this is what the reality is, right? Now, you can see AAO doing their best to set up this Death Snail and try to farm out the curve first. But then Shiny shows up and says, hey, shoot us instead. Max Brick's now radaring and detected because he's shooting in open water. So they trade a little bit of fire, but the big thing is that they're forced back. Because they're forced back, they're not going to be able to get those side shots on the Schlieffen Kurfürst anymore. There's also torpedoes coming in. Is Nader going to take one of these? I think he'll be okay. Yes, he'll be fine. Let's take a look at the other side of the map as Paimentaha continues to allow himself to get shot at. He's trying to, like, maneuver himself in a position to be able to, you know, maybe get deeper into this cliff. And now Haruhi's coming out broadside to the Moskva. You kind of don't want to do that in a Schlieffen. And he's going to take some torpedoes, and I just don't see him living that much longer. On this map, a lot of times you just sit and watch Schlieffens die. And you just think to yourself, why you do this? Balance department is losing a lot of hit points, but I'm pretty sure Haruhi's going to be the bigger loser in this engagement here. Bye-bye. And now, nothing prevents Cookies from just continuing to shoot at Paimentaha, who is still stuck in this one spot. He spent so much time this game just stuck there because of German Hydro. But, like, seriously, if you know that German Hydro is going to be a thing, why do you just plan on sitting there in that Hydro? That just kind of feels bad. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Onisama's Grozovoy is just 600. Paimentaha finally goes down. The Kurfürst gets the kill. Paimentaha tried to move forward to get out of dodge. Possibly when the Hydro went down, Kurfürst was ready. And all those torpedoes do nothing anyways. And, I don't know, guys. I got a feeling about this game. I got a feeling this game is pretty much over. I think the last game was much more, much more opportunities for AAO to get back in. But I don't know. Esgara now radared. They're trying to get a kill on Janier here, but he's about to go dark. There he goes. And here comes some battleship shells and some torpedoes. Nice dodge. Esgara's about to go down right here. Oh, Panzo goes down to the Grozovoy torpedoes. That's interesting. Nicey Nader takes a torpedo. He's trying to super heal. Keep subs out is obviously his focus target. Let's go back here and take a look. So Vaska went ahead and torpedoed the Schlieffen as he came around, tried to hit the Salem. It's a very good play there. Keep subs out is able to smoke himself. So Nicey Nader now trying to Homer Simpson his way back into the smoke screen for some safety. And because of that, loses vision for himself. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier for the enemy to know where to shoot because he's in a very small smoke screen bubble. That's it. More torpedoes coming into his position from Janier's Shimakaze. And looking at the minimap, I was just going to mention, looked like the Salem was about to die, and there he goes. And this will be a dead Minotaur right here. Whack. All right, so
The enemy is about to win.
that'll pretty much do it for this game. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively mark Shiny as winning both and set them as the winner so I don't forget to do that later. And now they're sitting in the middle and dying. AAO about to be knocked down to the loser's bracket. At least he dodges torpedoes. But Wargaming please buff Kleber, now using his special super heal. Look at the shells from Bring Me Cookies Daring. This guy's done work both games. Look at how many holes he's got in his destroyer right now. Still alive and kicking.
The enemy is about to win.
And Chad, I guess now's the part where you have to guess who's left. Who's going to be the last one to die, right? Who's it going to be? That Vivian's going to take a torp. Who's he shooting at? Kerr first? Kerr first, okay. We're going to please buff Kleber is about to go down. Next cell from the Kerr first will probably do it. Or the torpedoes. Do you like that? I just set you guys up to watch that that go down. Oh, Kerr first might blow up. Blow, baby, blow, let's go. Yes! Double death pick, let's go. All right, well, congratulations to our winner here. And that, of course, is Shiny. Ta-da! A 2-0 sweep over AAO. GG's, both sides, well done, all that good stuff.